Hi, good morning y'all. Before we get into the Q&A, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, which is Audible. I'm so excited to be partnering with Audible because one of my New Year's goals is to watch less TV. Bronson and I always sit and binge Netflix shows. That's our guilty pleasure. But I'm I would rather start listening to audiobooks or podcasts, and Audible is the best place to do that. Bronson has been using Audible forever. I personally am not a huge reader. That is one of my big goals for this year, is to read more, but I'm gonna start with audiobooks. I feel like that's getting my feet wet, okay? Audible has so many audiobooks on here. It's actually insane, and really popular titles as well. They have a bunch of Colleen Hoover. New members can actually get a free trial of Audible, and as a member you can actually go through all of their catalog, including their bestsellers. If you want to get a free trial of Audible, you can go to audible.com/Kylie, or you can text Kylie to 500-500. I am very excited. I'm about to start listening to my very first audiobook. This is the one that I've been eyeing, The Courage to Be Disliked. I've heard really good things about it, so I'm gonna listen to that and get some work done. But thank you, Audible, for sponsoring this video. Now let's get into the Q&A. Hello! Welcome back to my channel! It is 2024. It is January 4th. I took a little bit of time off from YouTube. I know I sucked at Vlogmas. I really tried. December is so hard for me because I have my birthday and then my brother's birthday, and then we always have family coming into town, and so we're always hosting, and it's just really hard to vlog when other people are there and you just have so much stuff going on. Honestly, I'll probably not do Vlogmas again. It was fun. It was just I couldn't keep up with it. There was just no way I was gonna be able to keep up with it. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the 6 or 7 days that you did get. But it is the new year. I am so excited. I say this every year, but I am obsessed with the new year. I love that everybody just has big goals, is dreaming really big. I love the energy just in the air around from everybody around. It just feels like everybody is just moving forward, and I love it. I just love it. But I'm decided my very first video is gonna be a Q&A because I haven't done a Q&A in a really long time, and I feel I'm getting a ton of questions on my question box on Instagram, so I am excited. Let's go live. Ooh, okay. Let's start off with this one. Are you planning on doing any group workout sessions in Dallas in 2024? I would absolutely love to. I did my first real in-life workout with Brinley and Nikki in California this year. I was so nervous. I was so freaking nervous. The whole time I was stressing, having anxiety leading up to it. But it was one of the most fun things I've ever done in my entire life, and it just sparked something in me. I want to do a lot more live in-person things, which honestly kind of leads me into one of my, I guess, kind of goals this year. It's just something that I'm trying to focus on within myself, and it is, I think a lot of people have said this, but I am so sick and tired of caring what people think. I'm so over it. It's just exhausting. It takes so much out of me mentally, and I don't want to care anymore. I think that that's easier said than done, obviously, but it's such a conscious decision that you have to make to everything you do. You're I'm doing this for me and because I like it and because I'm passionate about this, not because of what other people think about me or are looking at me or whatever. I'm just over it. And this is 2024 is the year that I am genuinely going to be so carefree and living my life and doing everything that I want to be doing. Honestly, sharing a lot more of things that I haven't shared before, that I've kind of kept more personal and close to my chest. I feel I just am I want my YouTube channel fully represent me, and I don't think I've done a very good job of that, honestly. I want to just be fully myself online, regardless if people are gonna hate or not, and just F the haters. Oh, it's getting hot in here. I have to take this off. How to make new friends. I get this question so much, and I think this past year, God has blessed me so incredibly much with my group of friends. I am just so lucky to have people that surround me and uplift me and are so passionate about the same things that I'm passionate about, and really value health and fitness, because I do think that's really hard to find at our age. I think everyone is in the same boat of everyone's scared to make new friends. Everyone's scared to go up to one another. No one wants to be the first one to make a move, whether that's a friendship or relationship. I think this kind of goes both ways, but everyone is in the same boat. Everyone wants to make new friends. Sometimes I just want to encourage you, if you're watching this and you're I don't know how to make new friends, sometimes you have to be the first one to make the first move. And I know that's super uncomfortable, but you have to think how would you respond if someone came up to you? You wouldn't be rude or off-putting. People are going to be really receptive to it and be super friendly for the most part. Obviously you have outliers. For the most part, like, everybody is wanting to make new friends, and that's just what I found is the more that I'm like put myself out there, the more that I receive in like a friendship. Which honestly, this kind of leads into like another one of my goals for this year, which is I really want to pour into friendships that are also like pouring into me. Like, as I get older, I realize I'd rather have like 4 shiny quarters than 20 rusty pennies. You know that saying, like, where it's like you'd rather have like a few really good quality friends that just like improve your life, you improve theirs, like it's very equally yoked, versus like where you're like constantly pouring into people and you just don't feel that in return. Not that every relationship has to be like 50-50, but if you like are really feeling like you are putting in 100% and like really getting nothing back, I just don't think that's like serving your life very well. I'm tired of entertaining those types of friendships, so I'm just really gonna pour into like my current friendships and like my older friendships. Do you miss college? I've just graduated and had trouble adjusting to new adult life. I totally feel this. I feel like I went through like a 2-3 year period where I was just like felt like in limbo, like I couldn't get my footing. I didn't know what I was doing with my life. I didn't know if I was doing the right thing with my life. I was like questioning every decision that I was making, and I think that's totally normal. Like, I first want to say that is totally normal. I've talked to so many people. I feel like everyone who's a new grad is like, whoa, like, what is this? Is this my life? Like, how am I going about this? What do I want to do with my life? What is my life's purpose? I feel like everybody has that question. The biggest piece of advice I can give you is just like, take risks, do things that interest you, follow your passions. Like, if you find yourself being super interested in something, explore that. Like, this is the time to be like a little bit risky with your finances, a little bit risky with your time. Do things where you're gonna find out what you're passionate about in life, because I think that a lot of people get stuck in like a certain job. They like live in a certain state for so long and then they never leave, and then they realize, oh my gosh, I wanted to do all these things and like all this time has gone by. I don't know if I'm really making any sense, but I think the best thing that I did for myself was like, obviously you guys know I was wanting to go to dental school. I wanted to go to dental school for like almost 10 years. Like, I was like early in high school when I made that decision, and then I obviously did 5 years at Baylor, like got my master's, applied to dental school, and the whole thing. I did everything. I did all the tests, all of like the applications, paid all the money, applied to so many schools. I'll tell this story in really depth probably pretty soon because it's part of my testimony, but I know that God shut those doors for a reason. Like, that I was not supposed to do dental school, and for some reason allowed me to like have a YouTube channel, grow a YouTube channel, literally out of the blue. Like, I don't think you guys understand, this was not my like intention, was to like grow a big platform and like be an influencer. Like, that was like never on my radar. Honestly, I was just like filming my life just because I wanted like memories from like soccer and stuff. I really thought I was gonna go to dental school, and so the best thing I ever did was just like take the risk and like jump full into like social media, even though like it was so early days that I like genuinely didn't know if it was like a job, like if I could do this, but I was like, you know what, obviously like this happened for a reason, so I just have to like trust God's timing. And like, I don't know, I mean, obviously all worked out, and I am very, very thankful for it. And I know that that is not like the most comforting piece of advice, but genuinely, if you can just be a little bit risky and like find out what you're super passionate about, like you will find your purpose in life. Okay, a pretty obvious question people are asking is just, what are my goals for this year? I'm gonna be honest, I don't have like a lot of goals this year, honestly. Like, I haven't really sat down and like really thought about this, but I saw this TikTok of this girl and the way that she was doing her goals, and I loved it. I was like, I want to do that because I feel like it's way more attainable. And she was doing them in quarters, so like first 3 months, the next 3 months, the next 3 months, the next 3 months, and so you give yourself 3 months to achieve a few different smaller goals. And I wanted to create like a fitness goal, a personal goal, like a financial like saving goal, and then like a business goal, at least one for like every quarter. And then by the end of the year, like you've achieved at least 4 goals in like every single category. I just love that. Like, I was like, that, not that it puts more pressure on the goal, but I feel like it keeps you more focused because you have a shorter timeline rather than like, okay, I have an entire year to get this goal, and then you forget it like halfway through. And so I love that. So I need to like really sit down and like be specific about what I want. I haven't done that yet. I feel like we got off to a slow start this year because we went skiing. So, ooh, I love this. Do you and Bronson ever think about moving to a ranch like Ross Ranch? My parents they have a ranch in the future. I love the ranch. I do. I really love it. I am a city girl though. Like I like being close to good restaurants and like nightlife and like things to do. Like I love that. But I also am very outdoorsy. Like if we lived next to mountains, I'd be hiking like every single weekend. Seriously, I love it. So I don't necessarily see us living on like a farm necessarily. Like my parents have like 90 acres. Like they have a good amount of land. And I feel like it just keeps them really, really busy. And I feel like at that point in our life, I will want to be able to like slow down a little more. But my parents, they're like, go, go, go. They like love it. I would like to actually have like chickens and some goats and like have a little garden and stuff. That's like a dream of mine. And I do see us maybe living on like a little bit of land, but never, I don't think we'll ever live on like a ranch, honestly. Okay, someone asked, can you make Healthy's programs? And I actually am in the process of it. So whenever we update Healthy's, there's two different sides of it, okay? There's like the developer side, and then there's like the work that I do, which I do a lot of the design, like the way it functions. I like design what the app looks like, how it functions, and I tell them like exactly what I want, okay? And they're the ones who do the coding, the developing, and they make it come to life, okay? But I also write all the programs, and I am writing so many programs, and we're currently developing like the program aspect. So it's a whole different like set of coding and like functionality. Like it's a really big update. So they've been working on that for a few months. Actually, it takes them a while to like add in whole new sections like this, but we're gonna get it to the point where I can just start adding programs like every few weeks if I wanted to. And I have so many programs in mind. I shared this on my Snapchat story. If you don't follow me on Snapchat, you should. I've been posting on there way more and I love it. I just feel so free on Snapchat. But I am gonna do like a 13.1 program with lifts. So you can either do it with lifts or without lifts, whatever you want. But there's gonna be a 13.1 training program, a 26.2 training program. There's gonna be a Big Mama Legs training program, which I'm so excited about. I'm currently testing the Shred program, which combines lifting while also incorporating like daily low intensity cardio. And then I also added in optional running if you guys want to run in the program. So I'm testing all those workouts right now, making sure the splits make sense, making sure all the exercises make sense. I also want to do an at-home program, and then what else? Oh, like a total body strength. I also wanted like a total body strength that's like not like a specific legs program, but it's like everything, you know? And then probably the last workout program I'm gonna do, because it's gonna be like more complicated and I have to record a ton of new exercise for this, but I really wanna do like an athletic hybrid type program with like a lot of sprints, a lot of band work, a lot of cutting, like literally training like an athlete, like literally training like an athlete. That's the type of like hybrid program that I want to do. I am so excited to start writing that and like testing those workouts, because that is the way that I love to train. It's kind of hard because you need a lot of like outdoor space to do it. So it's gonna be like a very specific type of program. I'm just so excited. Like programs is what Healthy's has been missing. I'm really, really excited about it. Okay, someone was asking for a skincare update. Let me grab you guys because okay, I'm also wearing like a tinted serum today, so you can't really see, but let's see. I feel like it's just a lot of, do you see like these tiny little textured bumps? That's a lot of what I'm dealing with, and then the second that I touch them, they like get super inflamed. Sorry if this is gross, but you know, we're all about being real over here. But this side is definitely worse than this side, but they do both have like a lot of texture. I feel like my forehead has cleared up actually a ton, which I'm very thankful for. I'm doing a few different things. I have an entire new skincare routine that's like clinical grade skincare, so I'm loving that, and I think it's really helping. I also am changing a few things in my diet. I'm trying to avoid dairy. I'm trying to avoid gluten actually too, and just see if that helps. I do think it's hormonal based on like where on my face it is. So I do want to get like my hormones tested and then go from there. But for now, I'm just doing things that I know should help. And then until I get my hormones tested. And then once I get my hormones tested, I can do like more specific things. Okay, there's a lot of when do you want kids? Which I knew was coming. I feel like the second that you get married, everybody's like, when are you gonna have kids? Which I appreciate, and I love that you guys are like interested. You know, I don't know. We've always said like we want to be married like 2 to 3 years before we start having kids. Maybe 4, just like depends. However, we have been around a lot of babies recently, and it's making me very baby hungry. I have baby fever so bad. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm like, but I think we're at the very least going to wait 1 more year, at the very least. But it could be like 2 or 3 more years. But yeah, I don't know. I'm so excited for that chapter in our life. Like, we have a lot of goals we want to like accomplish before we start having kids, but we're at a point in our life where we're like, kids would just enrich our lives so much. And like, I'm so excited to like share that experience with Bronson and just like start that chapter of our lives together. But I'm not like in a rush by any means. I am really excited though, you know? Ooh, this is interesting. Realistically, what platform do you see yourself being the most active on this year? I will answer that. I just want to say something first. Social media was like really hard for me this year for a lot of different reasons, but I just felt like I could never be myself fully. Like, I don't know what was wrong with me, but I felt like I just had my guard up in every single vlog, every single time I get on my Instagram stories. It was just really not bringing me a lot of joy, and I think that that all circles back to like me comparing myself a lot and just like listening to other people's thoughts and opinions on me. And I also think that has to do with like, I was not very good about like getting in the word and like being in my daily devotionals. And I think that that just all comes together at the end of the day and like affects your self-esteem and like what you think of yourself. And when I'm not rooted in Christ, like I feel like I lose my identity a lot. I just have realized that being in the word, doing my daily devotionals is so huge for me to like be able to do this as a job, because it can be very taxing, like hearing people's opinions of you all the time, constantly, all day long. So yeah, all that being said, I love YouTube. I will always love YouTube. And I don't think I did a very good job this year, like pouring into my YouTube channel and like pouring into you guys. And this year I am making the promise, like I will be way more consistent on YouTube, because I love YouTube. Like, it just feels like where I can connect to you guys the most. I also have been posting more on TikTok. It does scare me because like people are not the nicest on TikTok. I'm loving it. I'm actually loving doing like short form vlogs and like just sharing like random things on TikTok. So I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna be way more active on TikTok. And then also Snapchat. I am obsessed with Snapchat. I didn't realize like you can like follow people on Snapchat. I now am following people, and it's so cool to get like a very inside look and a very raw look at people's life. So I would say those 3. Like, I'm still gonna post on Instagram stuff obviously, but those 3 I think is where you can like really be the most vulnerable and like connect to people the best. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited for this year. Like, something has flipped in me and I'm just like way more motivated, way more excited about social media in general. I'm just like, I'm pumped. Ooh, this is an interesting question. Do you feel the age you are right now? So I just turned 27 in December, at the very beginning of December. I would say like before this, I always felt younger than what I was. Like, I feel like I was always like a little immature, like have a little immature sense of humor. I would say I still do. I finally feel like every single year, I feel like I come more into myself and I get a little more confident in who I am. And I feel like, I'm telling you, like something has like flipped in me where I'm like, don't care what other people think. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be my raw, true self. And I would say like I genuinely do feel 27, maybe like 25, but no, I do feel like I'm in my older 20s. Like, I just feel like confident in who I am. I feel like I really like who I am. I like who I'm becoming. Every single day I'm like doing things that make myself proud. I don't know. I do actually feel 27 this year, which is crazy. Also, my joints are starting to hurt and I'm like, girly, you're getting old. Okay, this is random, but I want to answer it. Have you considered getting a different wedding band? Yes. I love my stack. It's like, I love my ring. I'm obsessed with my ring. And then I just have like a very, very plain gold band, okay? I don't know if this is even focusing. I just have a plain gold band. And I wanted that because I was like, it's so simple. It matches anything, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, I just feel like this is such a common ring. And I do want to be like a little bit different. And I was like, I kind of wish that I would have gotten a little more vibey, fancy of a ring, like a little more like unique. Not my actual engagement ring. Like, I'm obsessed with my ring. I love her so much. But my like wedding band, I kind of do wish I would have gotten something a little more spicy, a little more different. So maybe I'll get something as like a push present one day. I'm not saying I'm pregnant. I'm not pregnant. I'm saying one day in the future, maybe I'll do something like that. Okay, I'm gonna end off on this one, which is, have you ever considered starting a podcast? I would actually love to start a podcast, but to be honest, I feel like I've stretched myself so thin, and I really, like I said, like I just really want to pour into the outlets that I currently have. I don't think I would actually feel like I would love to do a podcast, but I don't want to start something and not give it my 100%. So maybe like way in the future, but not this year for sure, just because I just really want to pour into the channels that I currently have. And I think other people are so good at podcasting, and I've been on podcasts, and honestly, I don't know if I would be very good at it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I'm gonna be posting at least once a week from here on out, I promise. And I love you guys. Thank you for being here. It just means the world to me. I cannot believe I am going on almost 5 years doing YouTube. It feels like I literally started YouTube yesterday. So thank you so much for being here if you've been here this long. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Love y'all.